Hey, my name is Kyle Rush, and you are watching the No Counts Given podcast. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the No Counts Given podcast, the premier podcast for dance. I'm your host, Kyle Rush, and we have some exciting things going on here at No Counts Given. If you have seen on social media, we're going on tour. I also talked about it last week in our episode. At select competitions, I'm already going to be there. Where you're already performing, I'm going to be there. You don't have to buy a ticket to come and see the No Counts Given on tour experience. I know what you're probably wondering. What does that even look like? Like I said, at select locations around the country, we're going to be doing meet and greets. Just come and hang out. Let's get a picture. Let's talk about dance team. What are you looking forward to this coming season? Just hang out. Let's talk. Let's have fun. We're also going to be doing like trivia, little mini live shows. I know. I'm not going to spoil too much because you have to be there to see what is coming to competitions. Like I said, you're already going to be there. Okay, November 1st. I'm pulling the impossible in the morning. I'm going to be at Floyd Central High School with Dance Team Union. I'm going to hang out. We're going to be there. Like I said, meet and greets. Let's take some pictures. I'm going to be watching routines. I'm going to be getting videos of routines. I don't want to say too much. Like I said, there are some fun things coming. And then I'm going to pack up. I'm sorry, I have to leave early. Okay, I have to pack up. And then I'm driving to Nashville to Green Hill High School for Dance Team Union regionals. Did I say Dance Team Union for Louisville? Okay, Louisville, Floyd Central, Dance Team Union regionals in the morning, packing up the bags. We're driving. We're going to make it there for the evening session of Dance Team Union regionals, Nashville, Green Hill, November 1st in the evening. What I just said. You get the details, okay? It's all going to be posted on social media. So go to No Counts Given, go to my social media. It's Kyle Rush. You'll find all the information there. I'm going to be posting what time we'll be doing meet and greets. What should you be looking forward to over the weekend? Maybe some hints for those trivia questions. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil too much. Just to add on to all of the hype and the crazy exciting things that we have coming here to No Counts Given, I'm going to spoil this, okay? November 4th, we are dropping our first episode. Our first episode. Whoa, that was 21 episodes ago. Kyle, get it together. We are dropping our first Tuesday episode. That competition coverage, I talked about it previously in an episode or last week in our episode. I'm going to be looking at scores. I'm going to be breaking down these scores. I'm going to try my best to get as much of the captions as I can from all of these competitions. You just have to wait and see and join us on Tuesdays starting November 4th for all of the competition coverage. And adding on to that, listen, I want to know where you guys are going to be at. What competitions should I be looking into this coming season so we could break them down here on No Counts Given? Um, oh my gosh, all the spoilers I wish I could give you guys, but I just can't. But there's just so much I'm excited for on these Tuesday episodes, and you just have to wait and see. Okay, starting November 4th, Tuesdays, noon, Pacific Standard Time. So that would be 3 p.m. Eastern Time. You do the math for all the in betweens, and look forward to Tuesdays because it's gonna be wild. No Counts Given on tour, dropping 2 episodes a week. One of those breaking down competitions that are going on across the world, and I get to go and spend 3 days at you see it, Prodigy Dance Team Convention. Okay, all of this and more would not be even near possible without the incredible love and support that I get from my sponsor, Dance Team Union. Attention, dancers, coaches, and teams, this is your moment. On February 5th, 2026, for the first time ever, Prodigy Dance Convention is coming to Dance Team Union Nationals. Get ready to elevate your performance and your future. Prodigy Conventions blend elite training with real recruitment access. Explore jazz, hip hop, palm, technique, acro, plus chances to unlock one-on-one time with college recruiters. But what makes this event truly special is its home at DTU Nationals, hosted at Dance Team Union Nationals, an organization built to be bold, be authentic, be you. DTU was founded to bring a fresh, coach and dancer focused approach to competitions. They prioritize artistry along with technique and provide feedback that help your teams truly grow, not just compete, and foster a positive, inclusive environment where each dancer is seen and valued. And now, you have your chance to stand out. Registration is open. Spots are limited. Go to danceteamunion.com to register and get ready to shine on February 5th at Dance Team Union Nationals in Orlando, Florida. Your story starts here. So, like I just said, my sponsor, Dance Team Union, sent me out to Ohio to watch Prodigy Nationals. Now, if you are not aware, Dance Team Union and Prodigy, they're in partnership now. So I'm going to get more into that collaboration here, but I kind of want to tell you guys about my experience at Prodigy Nationals. Now, Prodigy is a second year in company. So this is their second year that they were doing their nationals. Now, this is like many other combines or recruiting events out there. They're going to bring in colleges to watch these dancers and potentially make a connection with them, share more information to the dancer about the college or vice versa, get more information about the dancer. What are they interested in? What are they wanting to major in? All of the things. It's a great opportunity for dancers to be seen. Well, it could be a great opportunity for dancers to be seen. I know many events out there that dancers sometimes feel like they're getting lost in this large sea of dancers that want to potentially be on a college dance team. There are events where you will see hundreds, and I mean hundreds of dancers on the floor. And I could see how if you're not a part of that 1% of dancers in the country, you could get lost very easily. Now, that does not mean to take away from anything that combines or recruiting events have to offer athletes and dancers. I've been to just about a handful of combines or recruiting events out there, and that's one thing that I immediately look for is, am I able, me as a spectator, just as someone watching, because I'm usually there getting content or I'm just honestly just watching throughout the day, am I still seeing new faces? That's like one of the first things that I really try to think about is throughout the day, how many new faces am I seeing, or am I walking by the same people over and over and over again? When it's a 1 day event, trust me, it's hard to make a connection and see every single face. But if it's a 3 day event, I should be able to see everyone at least once. One thing, the top of my list that I will praise Prodigy for. Personally, I was just there getting content. I was recording. I was engaging with the potential recruits that were out there and the colleges and the coaches. And to be quite honest with you, by day, I would say the end of day 2, start of day 3, it really didn't feel like I was seeing many new faces. I felt like I just about said hi to everybody. It almost felt like a little community at that point. So that's an immediate like yes, immediate yes. It reminds me very much so of Sharpen Up. Okay, in Arizona, I went to their summit a few months ago, and immediately same thing. Like I felt like throughout the weekend, I saw everybody at least once. I love that kind of energy. I love that kind of community. It makes it more comfortable, right? Now, like I was saying, if you're not a part of that 1%, it's easy to get lost and intimidated and just want to be like pushed back and don't want to take front and center because you don't want to get outshined. Like Sharpen Up and Prodigy both cap their registration. So that's a very important factor when it comes to these combine and recruiting events. Overall, I had the time of my life. I was having so much fun with the recruits, with the coaches, with just anybody that was there, the assistants. There were a few highlights that I want to talk about before we get into all of the partnership information with Prodigy and Dance Team Union, which I am so excited for. Like I get to witness another Prodigy event in person. It's gonna be, listen, what happened this past weekend, I feel like that was a start to like where the content could go for No Counts Given. Just wait, let me get some practice. You just wait. There was an instance that happened a few months ago. This was like in July. I was at the airport and someone came up to me and they tapped on my shoulder and they're like, "Are you Kyle?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." So weird to get like noticed at an airport. Not weird, but like just not normal. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. It's weird to explain. And she introduced herself and we were talking and she was telling me that she just was coming back from the LSU recruitment clinic. And I was asking her how it went. We were talking about Sammy McFadden's combo and all the fun stuff. Okay. Said our goodbyes. There it was. Went on with our flight. She was flying somewhere else. I was flying somewhere else. This was like literally right when I was boarding my flight. Okay. Now, here comes Prodigy. Like I said, this was a few months ago. It's so weird how the world works. This was a few months ago. I was going into Prodigy day one. I walk into the ballroom, and please tell me why this dancer I just met a few months ago was standing right there. And I immediately recognized her face. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's her from the airport. So I walked up to her and I was like, hey, we've met before. She was like, yeah, at the airport. And it was so funny. So that was a highlight of my weekend for sure. Like meeting someone that was kind enough to come and say hi to me, like at an airport and talk. Like, I don't know. It's just cool connections, right? Cool highlight. I have a funny story that happened to me while I was at the convention. Owner of Five Dancewear and Five Dance World and all of the five dance brands out there. Michelle was there on Saturday because Five Dancewear was doing like a giveaway or like a model search, okay? And I was wearing these rhinestoned shorts. And they're just black like jorts. They're more like jorts. They go down, they're like to the calf, and they have rhinestones all over them. They were definitely the star and highlight of Saturday at Prodigy. Everyone kept complimenting them. And she came up to me and she was like, oh my gosh, I love your shorts. And we were talking. I'm talking about Michelle now. Michelle came up to me. She was telling me how much she loves my shorts. Just wanted to like get my information. Let's follow each other. And I was like talking to her. That's how I learned she owns all of these companies. I was like, do you own Five Dance Firms? She's like, yeah, that's me. She was the sweetest person. So funny and just so welcoming too. But it was funny because I introduced myself. I was like, my name's Kyle. We talked. She told me her name was Michelle. So they want to make shorts like that for her brand. And she was like, oh my gosh, I should name the shorts after you, the Kyle. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. Please, I'll take it. I don't need a cut or anything. I'll take it. And we were just laughing. She took my information. We were talking, split up, go our separate ways. The day rolls around. I come back to her booth just to like chat, say hi again. And she started calling me Miles. And I thought it was so funny. And I didn't want to correct her. I was like, yeah. Or I thought maybe like maybe she's saying it incorrect, but she kept calling me Miles. And I was like, no, no. So when the shorts come out, if they're named Miles, it was intentionally supposed to be Kyle. Okay. We'll get that corrected. Hopefully this gets corrected. It's so interesting. Being like in the position I have been in, like doing content for dance team for the past couple of years, like making reaction videos to a lot of these choreographers and teams of people that I've never met before. And then they start supporting me, I start supporting them, and then we start building like this online friendship. It's so interesting when you actually get to meet some of these people in person, especially if it's like in a podcast situation like this. Like, are we going to meet and you're going to be genuine, like actually genuine, or just genuine because we're in front of a camera? So I think that sometimes when I interview people, for the most part, I assume everyone's genuine because everything feels just so natural and I don't get bad energy at all. Reason why I'm saying all this, at Prodigy, I finally got to meet Anna, choreographer of University of Minnesota, Seton, Highland, AZ Aces, so many teams. I already know I'm missing some. Y'all, the sweetest person. If you ever have the opportunity to take a class from Miss Anna, please go and take that class and get the knowledge that she shares. I got to sit in and just listen, and the energy and the detail and the love that you could feel when she's teaching is what everyone needs to feel when they are in a dance class. And I got to meet her afterwards, and we got to talk and just have like authentic conversation that's not produced behind a camera, and just the most genuine person, and very humble. I have to say, very humble. I think in this interview with Derek, we were talking about it, and I was like, she would not let me compliment her. I'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah, like give yourself credit for doing this to this team or whatever the compliment was. And she was like, yes, but look at the kids, look at the coaching staff, like they really do it. And it's like a breath of fresh air. Did I say that right? I tend to say that incorrect. I'm just very happy and thankful All that, like I said, would not be possible without my sponsor, Dance Team Union. And we're not cutting to an ad break. I know that sounded like I was about to cut into an ad break. We are going to talk about this Dance Team Union and Prodigy partnership that we have going on, because I really feel like this is a partnership that is one for the books. What Dance Team Union really pushes with bridging the gap of studio and dance team and artistry and athleticism and all of these great things, and just being bold and being true to who you are with Prodigy, who you have Derek, very well known. And if you have not seen videos of Derek, you need to go and maybe I'll clip some of it. We'll see. Because, yeah, insane. So his knowledge and connections that he has, and the way that dance team and dance studio are really fusing right now, it's something that is definitely one for the books. So this recruiting event, you need to get there. You do not have to be competing at nationals to go to this recruiting event. I want to make that very clear. If you are a dancer, okay, and you want to get recruited, you want to be scouted out, you want these coaches to see you learning combinations and a variety of combinations: hip hop, pom, contemporary, lyrical, turns, leaps. You need to get to this event. And I was just there. Okay. I'm telling you, I would not let y'all down. I would not steer you in the wrong way. If you are a parent and you're like, my dancer keeps talking about going to college and wants to dance in college, go to this event. Okay. There are so many combines, conventions, dance team recruitments, all of these things out there. But there is very little that will actually give you the knowledge that you need to succeed in your dance team career. You're going to learn from dance team choreographers and dance team people, okay? But you're also going to learn from those really strong studio background, commercial background choreographers and convention teachers. And you're going to get the knowledge, okay? You're going to get the wisdom, you're going to get the guidance, you're going to get everything you need to be successful in your college recruitment journey. What is this? You're going to learn from industry professionals and some of the top dance team coaches in the country. Okay. When is this? February 5th, 2026. Where? At the DTU National Championships in Orlando, Florida, February 5th. If you're a college and you want to get on this list to be a recruiter, I need you to go to danceteamunion.com, go to nationals. Okay. You're going to find all the information there. You're going to email Dylan at prodigydanceconvention.com. Okay. You need to do that. And I need you, because you're going to see this talent that I'm about to show you, okay, from this past weekend. And when you see this talent, you're going to want to go and you're going to want to be there, because you're going to want to meet dancers like these, or these dancers in my video. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you, you have to be there. You have to be there. You have to be there, okay? I just need you to take a second and look at these recruiters that were just in Sandusky or Sandusky, Ohio, okay? UNLV, Michigan State University, Temple University, University of Cincinnati, one of my favorites. You know I love Cincinnati, okay? Y'all know I love Cincinnati. We have Texas Tech. Oh, wait a minute. Can I just say something really quick? I gotta give a shout out to Savannah with Texas Tech. She was not only assisting like almost all of the classes that were going on over the weekend, but she was also the representative of Texas Tech if anyone had any recruiting information, but also potentially looking out for those recruits at the event. So major shout out to Savannah. I watched her hold that down all weekend, and I was like, chef's kiss. That's the work ethic of someone who needs to be dancing in college. Like, she was doing it in front of all of the recruits, watching her do it. I'm like, do you guys see this? This is what you have to potentially replace. Do you get, like, come on now. More teams. You have University of Oregon. Y'all know I'm a huge Oregon fan. I love me some Oregon, okay? You also have Kent State University. Now, these are not colleges that are going to be in Orlando, okay? Let me make that very clear. These are not colleges that are going to be in Orlando. These are colleges that were just in Ohio when I was there. I'm just showing you the caliber of the teams that we have going to Prodigy. So just a little bit more about Prodigy. The Prodigy Dance Team Convention is coming to Dance Team Union Nationals. We bridge the gap between Dance Team Convention and college dance team recruitment. train with our elite faculty, and perform in front of college programs from across the country, all here to discover their next dancers. And yes, they are. I'm talking to these colleges. While all the dancers are in there dancing, I'm talking to these colleges and I'm hearing what they want, what they're looking for, if there's any dancers that are there that they're looking for. Like I'm talking to them, and trust me, these coaches, they're there to scout. How do you sign up? This event is exclusively at DTU Nationals. Now, like I said, you do not have to be a competing athlete to go. Okay, anyone can go. If you want to be scouted, you better be there. Okay, who will be there? Learn from industry professionals and some of the top dance team coaches in the country. At this past weekend, okay, they had Anna teaching pom. How do you not want to learn from her? Quentin was holding it down and going crazy in hip hop, and then also jazz. Derek was also teaching. He was teaching like technique, and then also a lyrical like top choreographers that you need to learn from. Pricing for one session is $150. Okay, if you want to do both sessions, which to be honest with you, if you feel like you can hold it down, okay, if you truly feel like you could hold yourself down, do two sessions and compete at nationals the next following days, I would highly suggest you do two sessions, okay? Now, I'm going to say this really quick and I'm going to be real with you. It's a great challenge for some dancers out there. I need you to think about the caliber of the team that you're about to join, okay? Would this team practice potentially 8-9 hours the day before they compete? If they absolutely needed to, is that something they could hold down? Like, really think about it, okay? I would recommend it. Okay, these coaches are going to be able to look at you for a longer period of time. You're going to be able to connect with them twice in a day, which I think is always helpful to do. Meet them. I'm very interested in your program. Can you watch me in the jazz round? I would love to learn how your team moves, and I would love to get some critiques. Okay, round two goes around. What do you think? Oh, my critiques. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I'm about to do session two. Let me implement that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Here's the schedule. From 10 to 3 p.m., that is session one. You're going to learn that jazz and contemporary combo, and they are fire combos. I was ready to kick myself out of retirement and learn a combo too. And then you got pom combo, then you got your hip hop combo. Expo time. Expo time is when you actually get to connect with the coaches. They are at their booths. You're going around, you're connecting with them. Now, if you're connecting with coaches, I would highly suggest you, one, Derek's going to say it in this episode, don't ask questions you could Google. Okay, do not ask questions you could Google. I would suggest that you do a little bit more research on the school, the majors, how do they support their dancers? Maybe look into the coaches a little bit more. What if they're a new coach? How are they doing in their new position? How does the team support the coach, and how does the coach support the team? All of the things, okay? Think about the questions ahead of time. Set your goals. Set your goals. What do you want out of the event? Don't just go in there hoping for something. What do you want out of the event? Okay, then from 3 until 8:30 p.m., you have session 2, and you're going to basically do the entire thing all over again. So I'm excited for this. I cannot wait to witness this live in person. If you guys have been seeing on our social media channels, we are highlighting athletes at these recruiting events. Keep up with No Counts Given. Come on. Now, I got to show you guys the talent that was at Prodigy this past weekend. There were 4 dancers that just really caught my eye, and I was just like blown away. They just impressed me. Character, solid. Dance technique, solid. How they carried themselves, learning, solid. I was like, if I do not see these dancers dancing in college, I don't know what I can do, but I'm going to do something. Dancers, we all know how competition and just competitive dance in general takes such a toll on your body. That's where Elixir Muscle Recovery comes in. They've got the most advanced recovery therapies trusted by pro athletes, and they're designed specifically for youth and adult athletes just like you. Whether you're battling soreness, tightness, or just want to perform at your best, Elixir's cutting edge recovering sessions can help reduce injuries by up to 87% each year. And the best part, it only takes 20 minutes a few times a week. And here's the exciting thing. Listen, this is exactly what I was just talking about. Elixir will be in Orlando, Florida at the 2026 Dance Team Union National Championships and the College Classic, providing on-site recovery services to athletes in need. You can pre-register right now through your school's Comp Genie account to snag a discount, or keep an eye out for individual session signups coming soon. Take care of your body, dance stronger, and recover smarter with the Elixir Muscle Recovery. Okay, I shared this already on my on our Instagram and our TikToks. Ariana Estrada, she's a senior from Aspire Dance Company. I watched her in her palm round, solid. Watched her in her hip hop round, solid. Watched her in jazz round, solid. Okay, but this lyrical combo, when I was watching her, tear down my eye, tear down my eye. The way she was connecting with the camera and the audience, her body lines, everything. Okay, and the sweetest soul, the sweetest soul, and parents so supportive. They were in there sitting on the side, just cheering her on, having a great old time. Look at those turns. Come on, come on. Imagine that a solo on the Nationals floor. Okay, dance team union battle, hitting those turns in the middle, coming out of it, the crowd would go wild. You would win immediately. Look at that camera connection. Okay, Ariana, big fan. Another one we have here, Amira. She's a junior, Center Stage Dance Studio in Ohio. Another dancer I actually really got to connect with over the weekend. We were talking quite a bit. I was getting to know her top 3 colleges. What is she looking forward to? But I gotta say, y'all, this junior class of recruits, insane. I'm like, I would be scared to be a junior right now because everyone is just so insane and so sweet. It didn't feel like a competition with these dancers. They were supporting one another and just having a great old time. Amira, I cannot wait to see what college snags you because Palm, she was incredible. Hip hop, she was incredible. Lyrical jazz, she was incredible. Versatile dancer, has the full package. I did not intend to cover any of the sophomores or freshmen. I really wanted to focus on juniors and seniors. I go in to this freshman sophomore room while Anna was teaching Palm. And here I see, like, if you guys saw from the beginning of the video, I'm going to replay it really quick. I just want you guys to notice something, okay? If you're a video watcher, you're going to watch this audio. Please replay this later, okay? I'm on the side. I'm recording everyone. After I see this toe touch, bam, I'm like, hold on. Who is this? Look at those toes. Look at those footsteps. Like, look at the motion placement. Look at the wrist placement. Okay, the wrist placement. That's how I know immediately when dancers have some sort of palm training, they have correct wrist placement. And I was just blown away. He's a sophomore. Great potential with this one. I was like, we're highlighting him. We have to. He was killing it. He was killing it. We had to. William, cannot wait to see what college snags you up. You're gonna do some crazy things, my guy. And next we have Joshua, who is a senior at 777 Dance Studio. The first class that went on was Quentin's hip hop round. I watched Joshua. Did you already see those legs? Like, he's insane. I watched Joshua in his hip hop round. And I was like, oh, okay, we have a great hip hop dancer here right now. And then the technique and the lyrical and the jazz came around. I was like, oh, he's not playing around. This one's not playing around. I really hope a college snags Joshua up. Huge potential, character, work ethic, all of the things that coaches look for that I talk to. Joshua has it. What's the boy's name from South Carolina? Him and Joshua next to each other would be insane. Before we get into the interview, I got to give my thanks to Derek for a second. Scheduling this interview was not easy. There was there was a lot going on, and it would be really selfish of me to expect a convention owner in the mid of their prime convention to give me an hour of their time to interview them. Derek, thank you so much for waking up early, day 3 of the convention, and doing this interview. I couldn't be any more grateful for your time and your knowledge. And congratulations on your partnership with Dance Team Union. Anyways, let's get into the interview with Derek. Welcome, Derek,
Thanks
to the
for
No
having
Counts Given
me.
podcast.
Thanks for having me.
What a weekend. What a weekend. I have to say, I've been to, I think this is my 4th or 5th recruitment event I've been to. And there's one that I went to recently. And one reason why I really loved it is I felt like all the dancers were seen. Like at some recruiting events, it's easy to get lost and see, right? And same over here. I feel like I was talking, I want to say Anna yesterday. I was talking with her about this, and I was like, I feel like every face I walk by, I've already seen.
Yeah.
You put on such a great event.
Thank you.
How many years has it been now?
This is just our 2nd season.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is this did you start bringing on like dance team recruiters this year?
Last year with our first event, we had 24 recruiters. And then this year we got to just over 60 at all 4 events.
Tell me about just the start of Prodigy. What made you want to start Prodigy? What's the mission behind it? Like, where do you hope to see it going? Because you're growing rapidly fast. and a new partnership, which we're obviously going to talk about.
Yeah.
So just talk to me about it. What happened?
Yeah, so I saw a shift in culture in the industry. I, educate at over 500 studios across the world. And I was seeing this shift of kids saying less and less that they want to move to New York and LA, which I've gotten kids to those routes, Juilliard, Pace, tours with Taylor Swift, different things like that. I have students doing that route. And there was this shift, and kids were saying less and less that they wanted to do that, and more that they wanted to do dance team in college. And I didn't necessarily have those answers, but I had a lot of insight into the dance team world because of how I grew up, where I grew up, who I know, and all my friends in the dance team industry. So I took the time and like tried to learn as much as I could about it. And it's so like forever changing, especially in the space we're living in right now.
Yep.
So the studio world wants to get involved and wants to understand it. And Prodigy, like our kind of slogan is bridging the gap and changing the game. And like, I feel like that is truly what we're doing, is we're bridging that gap between the studio world, the dance team world, and like getting the kids into the industry for that.
Yeah. Do you think the rise of the dance team, well, I guess like on the athlete side, do you think that they're really wanting to go to these college teams, one, because they're always going viral, or do you think they're actually seeing it and being like, oh, this is like legit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
Like for sure. I think with the generation of kids these days, it's a little bit of both. I'm sure the viral moments definitely help.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Yeah.
they're just getting exposed to this world that, some of them didn't even realize was a viable option. And I think parents love that it's a viable option as well, and they're seeing that this is like an actual pathway for their dancers that have trained at this elite level their entire life, and then either going to stop in college or
Yep.
go a completely different path. And I think it's such a great option to have a plan B, or I don't even like saying plan B, because the other option of like an actual degree for something while you're maintaining your elite training as a dancer through those 4 years, like you're going to have that option after college to then go to LA, to go to New York, to go do anything professionally. Whereas like no 18-year-old is going to any of these cities and booking jobs. Like it's just, that's not the industry anymore. So I think it's like an extremely achievable route for so many dancers that don't know necessarily what they want to do yet, but then still are doing something they're so used to by training at that elite level for 4 more years.
Your ambassadors and what's the other group that you have?
Our assistants?
Your assistants. Are those ones that didn't have the number?
Oh, so those are our ambassadors.
Your ambassadors,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
How did you find that? All the kids here are insanely talented.
Yeah, the talent level here is
those
wild.
ambassadors that you have are insane. I was sorting my footage yesterday, and I was just watching back, and I was like, holy word, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, where did you find these ones?
Yeah, we did. This year we did a social media search because we
Nice.
only had one event last year. And it just came down to like, who we thought could represent the company well as ambassadors, who looked versatile so that we could have them in any class if a teacher needed an assistant. Who looked friendly and like just different things like that. Lauren is one of our ambassadors. She's actually an old student of mine from Canada. And then Riley and Kate are our other two.
They are insane.
They've been with us for a couple cities.
All right, so this is your final event of the season.
Yep.
I saw you posted recently, 2026. You guys are starting to think about cities, right?
Yeah,
How far are you wanting to reach? Are you going to go to California? Are you going to go to the West Coast? What are you thinking?
Yeah, we want to make this accessible for everybody. We have 48 different states flying into us this year, which we are so thankful and grateful for, but we're seeing the need of obviously it needing to expand and get easier accessibility for people. So we are adding cities. We are getting almost to California with Arizona.
Oh, okay. That's perfect.
Yeah, we're adding Arizona. We're adding Texas.
Wow.
So we're getting to like kind of the mid lower
Texas
part.
kids.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like I've met a few Texas kids here.
Yeah. We at Nationals this weekend we have literally people from everywhere.
Yeah.
We're going northeast. We're adding Boston. We're keeping Chicago, keeping Ohio as our national
Very
event, and
nice.
doing two in Orlando,
Are
or
you going to
one
be
in
back here?
Orlando, one in Orlando, one in Lakeland. An Orlando event is with DTU.
DTU,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
which I'm very excited for.
yeah,
What have you guys started like planning the logistics, getting
yes,
like colleges interested?
yeah,
Any
yeah.
like sneak peeks you could give us?
Yeah, so it'll be like 2 sessions, like they've done in the past, and it's gonna be like a mini Prodigy throughout the
Yeah.
day, so that you're not doing a full day commitment. We also know that it's national,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't want to, risk anything. Like
Absolutely.
it's gonna be an incredible, mini Prodigy within the event. We have 3 incredible teachers and assistants that it will be
Wow.
announced soon. And it's just going to be a little taste of what we do here at Prodigy, and continuing to just get kids to understand what their options are by seeing many different divisions and colleges that they may not have heard of before.
Absolutely. And for that, for Orlando event with DTU, that's going to be completely open to the public.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So just really quick for those that maybe don't know, Dance Team Union has their recruiting event like the day before nationals
Yep.
begin. So I think nationals begins on Friday.
Yep. It's on the
This will be on
Thursday.
Thursday, and then I saw that the 2 sessions, so you could do like the morning session,
Yep.
then there's the afternoon session. And after just being here this weekend, I would be booking my trip to Orlando because one, the instruction that I mean, these teachers are incredible.
Yeah.
You have Anna, you have Quentin, like they are, all of these teachers are incredible. So I can only imagine who's going to be in Orlando. It
Yeah. It's going to be
makes me
fun.
very
It's
excited.
going to be fun.
Off topic for a second, because I just heard this yesterday. You just recently choreographed a nationals routine
I did.
with the college here.
So I'm doing 3 this year.
3, okay.
So I'm doing 1 for UDA Division A, Division
Wow.
1A.
Division 1A,
So I
okay.
did University of Nebraska.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's their first time doing jazz in a little bit, and
Yeah.
those girls are so talented.
Yeah.
I love the coaching team. Like it was such the right fit.
Yeah.
And I love them so much. And
Yeah.
what we created was like something so special, especially for like my first like real
Yeah. No
real
kidding.
time stepping out on the floor for my choreography. And then I also did an NAIA school
Yep.
that will be doing nationals for NAIA with Doane University.
Yep.
As well as I'm doing USF. I haven't done it yet. So
Wow.
they compete over at NDA
Yeah.
and D1A. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're getting ready to choreograph that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very exciting. I'm excited to see
Thank
your
you.
work on the national stage.
Yeah, I'm
Are you nervous?
so excited, but so nervous.
I can imagine.
I actually don't. I was talking about it with Anna yesterday.
Yeah.
Like I'm less nervous actually, because I know they're putting in the work. I get
Oh, for
videos.
sure.
I get videos like more than once a week
Mhm.
of what they're working on, and from the time that we said it like a month ago to now, like they've done incredible work with it, and it's not an easy routine by
No.
any means.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And yeah, I'm just really excited to see what we can do with it, like what it's going to look like on that stage. Like getting to be immersed into it
Oh, yeah.
this year is going to be so much fun. Like getting to be down there and being a part of it rather than being in the stands.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
I just can't wait. There's something about being at anything dance team, because I experienced it at DTU as well.
Mhm.
The energy is so out of this world. It's that perfect mix of like sports
Mm.
with this like hugely artistic, athletic, obviously dancing.
Yeah.
And it's something that the rest of the industry I think needs to take from. I teach
Mm.
on another convention called Revel, and it's like a studio convention, and I teach like a dance team class. And I I say like, that golf clap is nice on the side, but that's not what we're looking
Yeah.
for. Like we're
Yeah.
not golfing today. And I explained to them that like they need to understand, like, or they need to take from the dance team world, like that sportsmanship, that team, like energy, even though you're cheering for people that you don't even know, like you should be doing that. It like brings the energy level to such a different level. So I'm always like trying to, help them understand that, so that especially if they want to be in dance team, they're like starting to
Yeah.
understand that.
They get the culture of dance team.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. I didn't grow up like studio kid. I grew up all-star like my entire life. So it's like, you're standing on the side of an all-star routine or any dance team routine, and people are just
Yeah.
screaming and
Yeah.
cheering. And it was pandemic season. We were just getting back in with my old student. We're like trying to find competitions that are limited. So we went to a car event,
Okay.
and we brought like our pom teams, our hip hop teams. Like we just wanted to get them on a floor. And we're sitting in the audience and we're like, it is so quiet in here.
Yeah.
Like while they're performing, like we see these crazy skills, not a single clap, maybe like a woo in the
Yeah.
background or
Yeah,
something.
it stems from etiquette, and it also stems from it being such a competitive atmosphere,
Mm,
and it being like studio against studio, which like we do see in dance team, but there's also like the soloist aspect in there as well. That like I feel like that all mixed together
hmm
is what creates that, and I
Yeah.
think it just needs like maybe like a year or two of all of us preaching
Yeah.
about it to like hopefully change it a bit,
Yeah.
because I am seeing it change. Like the second I do talk about it in class, it does change,
Oh,
and
for sure.
the energy shifts, and it ends up being incredible.
I started working with the studio recently, and they do like a lot of solos.
Okay.
And I was talking to the teacher, and I have actually seen this a few, or not the teacher, the studio owner, and I've seen this a few times at studios where a lot of solo, like prime soloists, right? Like they thrive in their solos, struggle adapting to team culture
Yeah.
because when you're a soloist, I hate to say it, but when you're a soloist at a studio, even your teammates are your competition when you
Yeah.
go to competitions, right? You're doing your solo against them, so they get into that like competitive aspect. How can like those soloists or people that don't really understand that team culture, like how can they adapt and find that, especially at an event like Prodigy or a recruitment event where they're wanting to be seen by these coaches?
Yeah, I think like I grew up as a soloist. Like
Yeah.
I went to a studio growing up we were such a small group, but then when I moved to Miami, we didn't do a ton of groups. Like I
Mm.
really like I had a duet, and then I had like a solo. I mean, I had way too many solos. I was one of those kids. And like I had to like going into the industry, other than like So You Think You Can Dance, which was duets, solos, and some groups, like
Yeah.
you're not really ever a soloist in the industry either.
Mm.
So it's something I had to learn how to be like a team player, a group dancer, all of those things. And it's just like putting in the time,
Yeah.
being a good human, building relationships. And I think coming to an event like Prodigy, you're seeing that culture infused by those high school dancers that are here, high
Mm.
school team
Yeah.
dancers. So I feel like they adapt pretty quickly, as long as there is that culture. And if at Prodigy, if like we feel like the weekend is like starting off a little like quiet or odd, like we actually have like a chat.
Yeah.
We like bring them in close, and we say like, listen, this is not what the recruiters are looking for.
Yep.
This is not what we need for energy.
Yep.
We need to bring it up. We need to cheer each other on, because this is like what you're going to experience. We compare it to like a game day.
Mm.
You can't sit on the side
Yeah.
watching. You have to
Keep the
always
energy
be
up. You have to be
active,
yep.
and like there's
Uh-huh.
always eyes on you. Even if you think though there's some little kid in the stands just looking at
Yep.
you and just saying, what is she doing? What is he doing
Yeah.
today?
Or wanting to be you one
Or
day.
wanting to be
Yeah.
you, and like wanting to see that. And so there's you want them to be inspired, not be like, what is that person doing down
Yeah.
there? So it's just like we bring the kids in close, and we're like, okay, this needs to change,
Yeah. Let's
because
fix this.
let's fix this, because yeah, it's not the energy that anyone here is looking for. I have never felt energy from a palm class like that in my life. Like and you know what, it was similar energy to Quentin's hip hop class.
Yes.
it
The day one class.
it's it was overwhelming,
Yes.
the energy in the room, and I was getting chills, like my eyes were watering. It was overwhelming, and
Yeah.
it was so cool to see, because a lot of these kids either have never done palm, especially because we have more of a studio clientele,
Yep.
or they have little experience in palm, and they were just like smashing it. There was tons of mistakes. Anna's work is
Hard.
so hard.
Yeah.
And it's nationals
Yeah.
too. And my favorite thing that she said was like, "Welcome to college dance.
Yeah.
Like
She's like, it's
this is
serious.
real.
It's
So
hard. Yeah.
do you want to do this? Like,
Yeah.
and can you do this?" And obviously, like, it was super hard, but no one gave up. Everyone was like fighting for it, and like that's what we want to see.
Yeah.
And that's what the recruiters want to see. They want to
Yep.
see you fail. They want to see how you're going to recover from that. And it just, I feel like Quentin's class brought the energy, set the tone for the weekend. There was so much incredible things
Mm.
happening. They were getting the choreo, and it was
Mm-hmm.
definitely like a really fun, inspiring way to start the weekend.
Oh, for
And then
sure.
with Anna, it was just like, whoa, holy
Yeah.
crap.
It's hard to be seen, right?
Yeah.
Even in a small intimate group, like
Yeah.
it's hard to really stand out in front of these recruiters. What are ways that like dancers can really stand out or like make a connection
Yeah.
at these events? Because in reality, like yes, this is a recruiting event, but this is also networking. Like you have to
Yeah.
network with these coaches. You want
Yeah.
to get those questions in. You want to talk to them. So like, what are ways that these dancers can stand out and make an impression on these coaches?
Yeah, I think number one, like finding what makes them special because everybody has something special about them, whether it's how you can communicate with somebody and leave a lasting
Mm-hmm.
impression, or if it's with your dancing, or if it's with like your appearance and how you carry yourself. Like there's so many different things that can make a person special in this recruiting world.
Yeah.
So finding what that is and letting that shine through rather than what you think they want to see. I do a dance team like 101 recruiting seminar. I do it here at Prodigy. I do it at like dance teacher web out in Vegas, like all dance teacher events for studios. And it's just helping them understand the process, the do's and don'ts, all stuff like that I've gathered from the recruiters I work with. And one thing we talk about a lot is don't ask questions you can Google. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the simplest answer to it is like you want to think about actually like a question that's going to actually make them think like about how to answer you
Yep.
so that it leaves a lasting impression. And that's like not even necessarily about a team, like about the team, like
Yeah.
or about the school. Like how can you connect on a human level so that they're also liking you as a human? Because like a part of
Absolutely.
this is like it's so much of a part of this is that
Yeah.
is your personality, how you're going to be an ambassador for the university, how you're going to represent the team. Are you going to be a team player? Are the girls or the boys going to like you on the team?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to fit into their culture? So much of it is that. So we just try to like tell kids that it's like not just about your dancing.
Mm.
There's also getting into the school. Do they have your major? Like all of that plays
Yes.
into it.
Oh yeah.
But at Prodigy, like I feel like we get a lot of feedback from our recruiters specifically. One, that they feel like they can see everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They the format with our event is that they get to see them learn and deliver and fail and grow and all the things in between that come with that, but also through like 8 or 9 different classes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you struggle with hip hop, they want to see you struggle with hip
Oh
hop
yeah.
and how you're going to rise to the occasion, even if their school doesn't do hip hop,
Oh
how
yeah.
you're going to persevere through that, but then also shine in jazz and maybe shy away in palm. And like, there's different things that like they are watching all of that. And on the flip side, all of our recruiters, like we strive to get every division here. We strive to
Oh
get
yeah.
every size school. We have 2 community colleges here with us this weekend in Sandusky. We have a bunch of NAIA, D3, D2, D1, D1A. Like
Mm-hmm.
we really are trying to make it so that kids are understanding what their full options are.
Yeah.
And from the recruiter side, we get so much feedback that, even the smallest schools feel so seen here,
Yeah.
and that makes like that fills me so much because I'm
Yeah.
just like that is what we're doing. Like we want equal opportunity for everyone.
I witnessed this. I think it was day one. There was a girl. She was talking to UNLV, and she was like asking the UNLV athlete that cheer, like, "Oh, what do you guys compete in?"
Mm,
She's like, "What styles do you do?" And I saw the athlete like pull up the nationals video and like turn it around for her, and I was
yeah,
like, "I can't believe I'm actually witnessing
witnessing.
this
Yeah,
right now."
yeah.
So yeah, like these are things that you should know.
It's hard because they're
It is,
children,
yes, they don't know
and
like
it's
what are those keen or
yeah.
like those keen questions that I
Yeah.
really need to. get into.
Yeah.
The last thing I wanna ask about, because I saw you talking about this day one, and I have a very similar method that I use when I talk to athletes. But you talked about this list of colleges that you start with your freshman year,
Yeah.
and then you kind of like dwindle it down till you get to your senior year. Can you break that down for me really quick? Because a lot of times these very talented kids are not getting onto college
Yep.
teams, and I think it's because of reasons like what you were describing.
Yeah, I've had kids like get to their senior year and they're like, I only want this school.
Yes.
And then that school, they either don't get into, they get waitlisted. The team is already picked because it's a high level school that knew what they wanted the year
Yep.
before.
Yep.
And coming in as a grade 12 dancer, it's can be quite a bit harder,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the recruiting environment we're in right now, depending on what school you're looking at. But I like to tell my students and everybody at Prodigy that in grades 7, 8, 9, which 7 is so young, but
Yeah.
that's when these
It's
kids are decide like that. Some of
yep.
these kids are like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
So 7, 8, 9, I say to have about 10 to 15 schools. In grade 10, having 7 to 10 schools. In grade 11, 5 to 7 schools.
Mm-hmm.
And then in their grade 12 year, 3 to 5
Yeah.
schools. And it's just so that they have their options and that they're not in an instance like that where they're not getting recruited by anybody. I've seen it happen. I've heard the horror stories. Like it's so sad. It's because there's so many talented dancers out
Mm-hmm.
there. I have like even one of my personal students, like she had a really weird recruiting process her senior year. She ended up taking a year off
Mm.
and went to like I don't know that it was necessarily a community college or like it was like a smaller university, didn't dance or just trained at her studio for the year. And then it ended up as a I guess you would say like halfway freshman,
Yeah.
kind of didn't do all the credits in her first year, ended up going to University of Minnesota.
Wow.
And so like that for one, it just goes to show you that like you don't just because you're in grade 12 or later, it's not too late.
Yep.
There's always like an opportunity if you like seek it out, do the investment and do like put in the time and energy. Um, Obviously like I don't believe anybody should be like switching a team and she didn't
Mm-hmm.
do that. But you can be in college and go to a recruiting clinic
Oh,
and
for
say I want to
sure.
do this
Yeah.
because you a sophomore in college or a junior in college right now, maybe dance team wasn't aware, like they weren't aware of it a couple years ago.
Yep.
So maybe they do want to do that now. So it's cool to see a story like that. But the recruiting space is so wild right now,
Mm-hmm.
and there's not a ton of rules or regulations around it. So I've heard as young as like juniors getting offers
Yep.
now, and I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
So but that doesn't mean also that like that's that junior's number one program,
Mm-hmm.
which is a really hard place for those kids to be in. And I've gotten also the question of like, well, I got an offer in August, but my
Number one.
Florida
Yeah.
some of the Florida schools do their auditions in like May and April.
Yep.
So it's like, but I'm going to lose my spot on that other team. Should I just take it? Like it's such a
It's
hard
crazy.
thing for these kids to try and decide on, and it's
Yeah.
like, whoa. And I just try to guide them of like in a sense of like you need to be open and honest with the recruiter that did offer
Yep.
you the spot and say I would love to be on your team, but I do have other options I need to seek out for
Mm-hmm.
my future. And that's the way I try to guide them and just say that like this is about you. After your 4 years, the university, the team will go on.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of your life is so important, and where you put yourself, the rooms you put yourself in, the college you go to, where you're living is so important to you as a human versus the institution.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I also try to tell the kids in my dance team 101 class is like, yes, like it needs to be a cohesive fit, obviously. But I feel like so many kids are like, do you think I'm right for that team? And I try to like get them to
Mm.
flip it and say, is that team right
Right
for
for
me?
me. Yes.
And it needs to be right for both, like I
Yeah.
was saying, of
For
course,
sure.
but the mentality needs to be reversed.
Yeah. No kidding. Well, Derek, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank
It is
you.
early. I mean, people aren't even gonna know because this is gonna air like on a noon day.
Yeah.
But it is like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Day 3,
Day 3 of
last day.
nationals.
Congratulations on this weekend
Thank
and
you.
just the season and everything you're doing.
Thank
I'm
you. Thank
excited to
you.
see just the growth that Prodigy goes
Yeah.
through.
We're excited.
I feel like it's gonna explode. So
Yeah.
congratulations
Thank
and
you.
good luck on this final day.
Thank you so
Of
much.
course. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 21 of No Counts Given. Subscribe, like the podcast, share with your friends. Let us know how we can improve. Comment down below. Let me know what your competition schedule looks like. So that way I can see if I'm going to see you on the road. We are going on tour next weekend. Halloween weekend, we're going on tour. Then we're dropping Tuesday episodes. Thank you, everyone, for watching another week of No Counts Given.